already know. Turn the speakers up, man, it's time to start the show. Montana, Ryan, Righteous, DJ Jeremiah. We bringing the heat, man, this joint be fire like, bruh. We in the field, we in the field, bruh. We in the field, we in the field. Just put it in work, we raising the bar. You tuned in to the Trackstarz.
Yeah, back in the field with the Trackstarz. Ryan, Righteous, Shantana, DJ Jeremiah. What's good?
All right, this segment is sponsored by the Holy Summit. Holy Summit is coming up, y'all. September 2nd. It's the weekend of Labor Day. It's going to be crazy. You're going to have Wande in the building, Portia Love in the building, Tommy Royale, Queen Lee. Man, so many names on here, y'all.
Swoop.
Like Swoop is on here. CJ King is on here. Rich Perez, Slim Wave. I mean, it's going to be crazy. So make sure you come out and you'll go ahead and get your tickets. Trackstarz has an affiliate link, so you can see that on our channel. And make sure you get a ticket today, and we will see you out there. Trackstarz will be in the building, all right?
All right, we got Mark, the fitness preacher, in with us.
Yes, sirski.
Co-hosting, so you'll be seeing him
I know
throughout
him.
the day.
It's so many other things, but we'll stick with that.
We're going to stick with
Yeah,
that.
we'll stick with that for today.
Come a mighty long way.
Oh, man. Praise God.
All right, so let's do it. The Montgomery Brawl, Fade in the Water.
Fade in the water.
Ancestral Mania. So let's talk about it.
Ancestral Mania.
Okay, so I can't play like all of the fighting stuff. So I have to cut it up a lot. But I'm gonna let's just walk through it because
Step by step.
Yeah, I don't know.
Definitely a process.
I want to ask y'all about it afterwards because I think this will be
Punch by punch.
Be a little bit interesting. So let's try it. All right, so I had to cut all the audio out so we're just gonna talk through. All right, so step one. Let's go back. All right. So it starts off here. So if you don't know anything about this, this is the Montgomery docks. There was the Harriet II ferry was trying to dock. There was a pontoon boat in the way. Mm-hmm. The security guard, or I don't know exactly what he was, but he told him to move several times, over and over again. Yeah. And they wouldn't move it. And all of a sudden, while he's talking to one gentleman, another one just comes and bum rushes him. So that's the part you're seeing right here. And then your boy throws his hat in the air.
Bat signal.
The bat signal. So that kind of is what kind of got it going. They jump him like really bad. Mm-hmm. And you know what? I'll do this. I'm going to save this for later because I want to hear what you guys think about it first, and I'll explain the whole thing to everybody, and we'll go play by play. So when you first heard about this, so essentially just in case you don't know anything about it, I'll play the video in a second. They jump him. Later on, the ferry finally docks. Mm-hmm. Guys jump off. They confront them, the white guys that beat them up, and they start beating them up, right? And there's a whole brawl, and there's chairs involved and all that kind of stuff, right? So so far, we know of 5 people that have been issued warrants.
It's 5.
Five. 5 people have been issued warrants. 3 of the white gentlemen that started it, and 1 of the white women, and then the guy with the chair.
The chairman.
And so far, that's all we know. So that caused a ruckus. I want to talk about why you think this got so much attention, and what were your initial thoughts of the brawl?
You want to start with me or Jeremiah?
I want you to go.
You know how this go. I don't know why. Anytime we talk about something controversial, you scared.
We're supposed to be starting with the fitness pastor. It's really the first chair and down.
Don't be scared. You know how this go.
What do you think?
That's my
man?
boy, so I'm not going to throw him under the bus like that.
You know how this go.
All right, so it took me a while to see it, right? Then it took me a while to actually see it and gain the significance of what was happening in that video.
Yeah.
It's 2023.
Yeah.
And according to what most people would say, this is the first time that you've really seen a retaliation of some sorts like this, right?
Okay.
It just so happens that in Montgomery, there is the Legacy Museum as well as the National Memorial for Peace and Justice. I've been to this museum.
Okay.
I've been to the National Memorial for Peace and Justice. In that memorial, there are over 5,000 recorded lynchings. Okay,
Wow.
I went to that museum and I spent a total of maybe 4 or 5 hours just in awe of what happened. The stories. There's passages that tell you why they were lynched. Right, little boy's ball rolls down an alley where a white woman is doing her laundry and he's lynched. 7 years old, right?
Yeah.
That's one of the stories that really stuck with me. This also happens to be the exact same riverfront location where slaves were sold.
Yeah.
There's so much history behind what happened in this city.
Even more than that, right? So,
Yeah.
like you said, the port. It says the port made Montgomery one of the busiest slave trading centers in the nation. Montgomery also was the backdrop for several pivotal battles in the civil rights movement. The Harriet ship was used to transport slaves as well. The Harriet II, and now they use it for sightseeing and stuff like that. So there's a lot.
It's a lot of history
going on
there.
right there.
So, we're talking about seeing something that was egregious to see, where you see a man getting jumped by so many different people that could have led to him being stomped out, him dying. And I was listening to a spoken word earlier this week where they were basically saying, like, had Trayvon Martin had an intervention group, had Sandra Bland had an intervention group, Emmett Till, Mike Brown, George Floyd, Ahmaud Arbery.
Yeah.
Imagine if these men and women had intervention groups like this, could they still be alive? And that's what I landed on with my emotions when I saw this
So
happen.
you kind of like you with it.
I'm at the point where I'm like, they saved a life that day.
Okay.
They saved a life.
Everybody involved.
Now, you know what? I will say this. Everybody had their own emotions that they took at that moment.
I love how
It was
Ryan
almost
watches
like
MSNBC because you use the same
No, I've
formula.
I have not
you
watched
used the history, and it was like,
No.
this is justification.
I promise you, I have actually not seen not one single news clip.
No,
about
I'm just talking about how you set this up. It's beautiful.
No.
Because now it's like, if I'm listening to this, I'm like, dang, that happened all there back in the day? I understand that situation now. You did good. You did very good.
Okay, so I might get Marlon Wayans a little bit here.
You
because
probably will.
I didn't think any of this was funny whatsoever.
I didn't think it was funny.
A lot of
I
people,
think the commentary makes it funny.
The commentary
not watching
makes
it, but like
funny.
the lady on the
actual
boat,
violence does
the way
not make
she's
it funny.
talking is hilarious.
It's funny.
Is
And
that
the
part is
girl on
funny.
the stairs, she did an amazing job
Nah,
commenting.
you
on
gotta
this.
see this video on Twitter. It's got like 7 million.
And then they have a
views.
reenactment
This dude
of it
is
Yeah.
that
talking
people are
you through
laughing
all
about
of
it.
Yeah.
I think that's why people are laughing at it. I think certain people are hyped about it is because, and you're probably gonna touch on this a little bit in a few minutes, is because people feel like this is the first time they've seen black people come together on a situation like this.
Okay.
And it's just like, it's not protesting, it's not, it's like, okay, we fighting evil for evil,
So
I guess.
let's say we're black. I get it. What about the Christian part of it? What part of it do you think was A-okay or not okay?
I think you kind of brought it to light in our call. I think homie coming down, the first guy that came down to help him, he didn't start swinging on other people. He just started pushing them off of him.
Yeah.
So I think you're correct on when you were talking about that on the call. Like
Because
how he
when
came
we
down
say,
and
because a lot of this is framed as we're coming to help this person, right?
Yeah.
That was some people's story. in
Yeah.
this. What about afterwards?
Now, see, here's the problem. Once it get popping, Sean, it's on and
That's how you
popping.
feel?
And I'm just saying off the video. Once it's popping, it's on and popping. You know that.
I'll tell you.
You ever been at somewhere and like all of a sudden like two people fighting and then like they stop, then all of a sudden you see his boys go, yo, there you go, right there.
Yeah,
It's on and popping.
I'll tell you my emotions watching it. Seeing them jump him, completely unacceptable, infuriating. And I can understand the people on the boat being like, wait till we get to, like, you think you tough now, wait till we get off of this boat. And one kid didn't even wait. Like, he jumped in.
Aquaman, see murder.
He jumped in. So I understand the young man's impulse to get in there to help him.
Yeah.
That's 100% understand that.
Yeah.
The young man who came down to break it up, 100% understand that.
But he got active. See murder got active too.
He did. But but I was as soon as they came off the boat, I was very excited. But then when I saw the actual fighting,
The other stuff.
I was like, oh, now this is sad.
Yeah.
That's immediately what I felt afterwards. It's like, now I'm sad. Yeah. But I'm weird because I'm also the one that, like, when I was growing up, remember the Detroit brawl in the stands?
Oh, Miles in the Palace?
I was I did not like that.
Oh, really?
I was like literally tearing up watching.
Oh, really?
I don't like when people are that angry.
But see, for me, for that, that's different. But for me, for that situation was, fans shouldn't throw at athletes anything. That's stupidity.
But when you start seeing just melee, I don't like that.
Yeah.
I really don't. I'm not saying I understand all the emotions involved with the people that were doing it, because you see somebody unfairly treated that badly, and then just like an entitlement of chilling. I'm just chilling on my. I don't even care what I just did. Yeah. That's infuriating, and I definitely understand that.
Yeah.
I wasn't even so mad initially with the fighting, but I think as it goes on, I'm more mad at what started it.
Yeah.
I'm blaming them for this whole thing.
Oh yeah,
I'm not blaming the guys
sure.
who did stuff afterwards.
Yeah.
Maybe the chair was a little too much. But I'm not blaming any of the people who retaliated, because the people deserve that.
Yeah.
There's nothing. They deserve to get beat up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But just the sight of it is just, it makes me sad.
We may have some people in our universe saying, well, okay, that happened, the fight happened, and it was over, and then all of a sudden the ship landed and more came out, and it's like,
so that's
what do you tell the people that's like that?
Years of trauma coming out.
Okay, I get that, but that's where it changed from defense to revenge.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And that's where I'm where, as a Christian, where do you see that? Because a lot of people are like, yes, get him. I mean, young lady was so funny. Boo, boo,
Yeah,
that was really funny. But that's when I started being like, oh, I can't cheer that.
Yeah,
I can't physically cheer that part.
Yeah,
but let me finish with this says. This says that of those 5,000, most of those 5,000 lynchings were sanctioned by federal and state law.
Oh, you think
Government.
he's trying to justify?
No, but what I'm saying is in that moment, everybody was working as an individual. They were working off their own emotions. There.
But is it right?
You got other people coming around, but you also have the fact that justice has never been served in this type of situation.
The question today is,
this time they were letting
is this Christ-like or black-like, and which one you choosing?
To be honest with you, I was thinking about this because I started going back and thinking about like war in the Bible. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't necessarily believe that. I mean, look at what Peter did for Jesus in the garden. People
going into war purposely to knowing God sending them, going to get killed. You know you about to kill people, and God will say, "Wipe everybody out, everybody."
Right.
So wild. I thought about that too.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, and I'll let somebody else have the mic at this point. What I'm saying is, in that moment, you've got emotions of past hurt coming out, and it's not so much revenge. It's I mean, yeah, you may call it revenge. I wouldn't call it revenge, because I think revenge would be the ugly part of that. I think, what is it?
It's a statement.
Statement. There you go. Perfect.
So you know what made me sad, honestly, when I was seeing it? It was like, okay, yes, I would want to do that too, but now we don't know what's going to happen. So far, they've arrested a lot of the white people that were involved.
Yeah.
But to me, in my head, the only thing I was thinking was, now all these guys got to go to jail. All these dock workers have to lose their job over this. Like, that is sad to me. All of it just feels sad.
But in the heat of emotion, though, logic isn't always the first thought. You know what I mean?
That's good.
You know, in the heat of emotion, like right now, because it's easy, respectfully, it's easy to say what we would and would not do until it happened to us. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I remember before we had kids, and you see the little boy running around the store, and listen, when I had kids, my kids ain't gonna be running around the store.
Yeah.
And now I got a little girl that I Lord help us all. You know what I mean? And so it's easy for me to say that until my little girl loops my hand and start running around the store.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so in that moment, like you said, we talking Christendom, we talking blackdom.
Yeah.
If I had going to Ryan's point, if I had that history, you know what I'm saying, understanding where I live at, everything's going on. What I'm saying now, I'm Mark the fitness preacher and I love Jesus.
I think the thing too is maybe
whatever.
the people there did take that
Dumb little
tour.
name for no reason.
Maybe that people did take that tour, seen all that, and they was turned up
As a
by that
trigger.
as well as a trigger.
Yeah,
I'm just
yeah,
saying, I'm using
yeah,
it as
yeah,
not
yeah.
saying like, because I didn't know everything about that,
Yeah.
but I'm just saying like sometimes when you go to those history museum places and you walking and you feeling it and you like, oh, this is horrible, and something like that, you
And
you go
doing this
outside
here? Yeah. It's like,
Yeah.
how dare you?
yeah, and you still doing it, yeah.
It's a super duper big how dare you. Like that, to me, it's like, I would be infuriated. So I imagine myself being the people on the boat. I imagine myself being the kids swimming across. I imagine myself being the person coming to break it down. And I also imagine myself being the person skipping. I imagine myself doing all of that stuff.
Yeah.
I just think once it started to go crazy, that's where I check out. Like
Yeah.
I don't like that.
And I think another conversation we had on our call was that whole conversation. I seen something was like, I seen a post where they were saying like, we can't talk about no more our ancestors. I ain't my ancestors because all those people that were fighting were older people.
Yeah.
They weren't they weren't young people. It was like middle-aged people
Okay,
fighting.
so I do want to
like-
talk about that because to me, I keep hearing that, and I think that's super disrespectful. So what I'm hearing is a lot of people saying, "Oh, we ain't our ancestors. This ain't 19 such and such."
Yeah.
To me, what that implies is that our
had a choice.
ancestors were soft.
Yeah.
That we was always weak.
And it's
That's
like,
what it implies,
is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah, that's pretty much.
That to me is super disrespectful. You're basically saying if you were a slave, you would have been done something different.
Yeah.
You would not have.
No.
Stop with that.
He can barely stay in the heat.
You would not have. To me, that's super disrespectful to say anything like,
Yeah.
"Oh, this is a new
Yeah.
day." No,
Yeah.
it's not.
No.
You would have been just like them.
And to compare it, I think if people don't understand what we're talking about, it's like that mentality of, when you was growing up and somebody was like, I know you did that to Ryan, but you ain't gonna do that to me. And it's like it's almost like I'm playing Ryan. And
Ryan is
sure.
soft,
Yeah,
but I'm not.
I
It's
gotta
like,
be the example though.
that ain't.
Well, Sean was the example Wednesday
Yeah.
night. So
Yeah.
And that wasn't on microphone, but
But I'm just saying, using that as where people want to know that example,
Yeah.
and that just makes our people look bad, like in the past. And I always hated that because I was like, honestly, to me, and I don't care, I always felt like they were more mentally stronger
They
than
were
we
superheroes.
were.
Oh,
Yeah.
100%.
Mentally,
100%.
yeah, like they get water holes on you, German shepherds, and still keep going and fighting.
You know what I'm actually objecting to that I'm starting to see more and more. I hear, I listen to people like Van Lathan and like there's a bunch of like figureheads that are like,
Yeah.
oh, this I feel like we are sliding more and more from Martin Luther King mindset to a Malcolm mindset in the
Of
sense
course.
of
yeah.
I don't think Martin
I can
Luther
see
King
that.
would have been successful today.
Oh yeah,
Coming out with nonviolence, you're gonna
Yeah.
sit, here are the rules, you can't do this.
A lot of
They'd
it.
be like,
Yeah.
what? Absolutely
like
not.
yeah.
I think that whole concept of nonviolence, because it came from like a biblical worldview.
Yeah.
I don't think
Oh, yeah,
this
we passed
world
that.
cares about that
Yeah.
whatsoever.
I would say the younger generation, our generation, the millennials and younger, is about that turn up life. And
Yeah.
I think we're getting fueled by people like you said, the Van Lathens of the world, the Tariq Nasheeds, the Dr. Umars, those type of people that's talking to younger people and telling them like, not telling them to attack people, but like, yo, on Malcolm X tip, on Black Panther type, not the Black Panther, but the Black Panthers type mindset of like, yo, defend yourself, self-defense.
Yeah.
If somebody attack you, fight them back.
So this is my rub, because I'm saying all of that, but when does it become too much to be peaceful? I come from a people in Jamaica called the Maroons, where they went to war with people. They killed people to be free. And, and eventually they let them chill in the Blue Mountains and just said, all right, fine, you guys stay over there, we stay over here. So, I mean, I'm not saying that it's never okay to fight back. I'm just trying to figure out, where does this brawl fit in that? Is this a situation where it's like too far? Eventually, God does say, go take that city. You know, eventually, there is a point where it's like, peace is not the option. Is this the situation?
I think people are just getting tired, man. I think at the end of the day, like that spoken word piece was just the thing we were saying about different people getting hurt by white Americans and nothing happening, and people standing. Because honestly, this is the first time that a bunch of people went on camera. It was like people were taking action more than
imagine if the only thing that was filmed was the guys skipping in the fight, and you never saw what started it. People would never believe that these white people were at fault. They would never believe it. So I'm glad that they got that in 3D in HD IMAX. Like they got that joint.
So when you said as far as like when is it too far, right? I think we'll actually be able to see based on the after effect. Like what comes after this, you know what I mean? Because like, what did that do? Not the body of Christ, but as far as like the black people as a whole. Because I feel like this is gonna spark something that we're gonna be ready to jump.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean?
And that's what I'm saying. Like, and I'm saying like, sometimes you gotta know your battles. You gotta know what battles to take. And I think at the same time though, you do want to be fair of people going, like if somebody's getting hurt, and I think the difference is between those cases is, when you're dealing with the police, you're not trying to fight the police versus a civilian. You get what I'm saying? Right. So if a civilian is like jumping somebody, you like, oh no, we gotta do something. That's a civilian. That's not a police officer.
Right,
you know what I mean?
Right.
So I think that's what people's kind of like, you know, like, oh, that's a civilian? Word, let's go. You know what I mean? Versus fighting a cop or like bucking at a cop. You know what I mean?
I will say I hope we don't just end up taking it out of context though. And what I mean is like you walking down the street, somebody look at you sideways, now you want to pick up a chair. You know what I mean? And, you know,
and that's what we've been seeing.
And that's what we've been seeing.
After
you know
that situation, you've seen videos of people hitting people with chairs, white people. You know
what I'm saying? And that's how we do. We have respectfully, we have a tendency to keep stuff going too. You know what I mean? And if we're not careful, we'll just be out here picking battles that ain't really supposed to be battles. Just off the strength of keeping something going. You know what I mean? So
usually it's the comedy that keeps going. But there was a clip where Malcolm X was doing an interview. Somebody put this on Twitter the other day, and I watched it, and it basically described this exact situation.
I saw that.
He said there's going to be a day when black people are going to see another one of their own being mistreated, and they're going to join in unison, and they're going to stop it. If the law doesn't stop it and protect them, they will become the law and the protectors.
Yeah, for sure.
But here's another part, and I don't think people always been talking about it. There was another dock worker who was white that tried to help the dude, and they pushed him off. Did y'all see that part?
I've seen every angle of this.
It was a dude with a vest.
Oh yeah. But
he looked like he was a white cat. He was at a vest, and he was trying to stop them, and they punched him, or pushed him off of everybody.
But he ended up. So here's a situation of a brawl. When you get into a brawl, you don't necessarily know who's innocent and who's not. Yeah. So you're gonna get hands thrown on you. You know what I'm saying?
I'm just saying he was trying to help his coworker. Yeah. So it was like all of a sudden.
But they didn't. It's too much action going on. It's
okay,
too much action.
Bro,
no, I'm saying. It's too much action going on for you to know who's good and who's bad.
Okay.
The same way with the gentleman who came down the ramp the first time. Yeah. He was trying to break things up. He was holding people back.
He was.
And then he got punched.
He got swung on.
And then he started acting up.
He got active. I mean, that's real. So, but I think the thing of this whole situation was at first, when you start looking at it, it's hilarious. But then as time wear off of it, it's like, oh, this is kind of sad. Yeah. This does look kind of. It looked kind of bad. Not bad on us, but it just looked bad to see people fight.
It's sad from the beginning, Jeremiah. It's just the way people respond to it. And the memes is like just.
Oh yeah. You know, we take stuff. We laugh at our pain. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to cry, or people don't want to cry. And stuff
so
like
let's go through it with the time we have left, and I just want to point out the things that I can't. Of course, I can't play like the chair part and all that kind of stuff. But let's just see what we can.
Let me sync up with you and make sure mine's running when yours is running.
All right, so I'll show y'all. Hold on a second. So we saw the hat flip. Saw the hat flip. That's what that's when everything got started. He got jumped. I wanted to point out this guy right here. To me, this is the role of the Christian in this situation. This guy right here. Pay attention to him.
Break it up.
He comes in, and initially the guys that were jumping him started fighting him because they think he's coming in to throw hands. He comes in, he pushes them off of him, and he basically rescues him. That's what everybody is claiming everybody was doing. He actually did it.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? He actually came in to save the dude. And to me, honestly, if he came in swinging, that's fine too.
Yeah.
yeah.
But because you're going to defend him.
Yeah.
Right. That's 100% to me justified.
Yeah.
The kid swimming, same emotion to me. You can see him in a second. He came to defend. I believe he came to defend. So 100% justified. I get that. Later on, maybe not. Then from this angle, them skipping over, I understand this emotion. I definitely may have been skipping.
Skip to my Lou.
I definitely may have been skipping. But to me, everything after this is where it started getting a little shaky for me. The chair, the multiple things, going on at the same time.
The sisters came through too. They were beating the crap out of that
They
woman.
went crazy.
They were.
So
They went in.
So yeah, I mean, y'all let me know. Am I crazy for being sad and not?
No, I mean it's a sad situation, But I mean, like you said, we make things funny, and when we see things happening where we're like justice is being served right before your eyes, you have a hard time feeling two emotions at one time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
Now y'all know some people who gonna check this video out gonna be like, see that white Bible.
no.
That
So,
white Bible got them black minds. That's what they gonna be like.
so and when I'm watching the video too, like I'm watching, the different things.
Yeah.
That one person you talked about in the vest, he got punched by one of the white men.
Yeah.
Who are you talking about? I talked about.
Yeah. He got punched by one of the white men, so he kind of exited himself at that point.
Oh, yeah,
I
he
just took
died.
a,
I took
I
a
just took
L.
a hit to the face.
Yeah.
It's a wrap.
Cannot fix that stupid light.
Yeah, and for me, it's like
can't get it working.
it's like I saw the police. Like, there's a couple of places if you pause the video or if you slow the video down, the police got their hands on their hip.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
just letting this go.
Yeah.
Just letting this go.
Yeah.
And it was crazy because I heard one commentator say that majority of the police that showed up were black.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? And they
yeah.
kind of was like slow. Like as soon as
They were
it was
watching
like,
up top.
they let
Yeah.
the chair swing happen, and then they were like, okay, let's get involved.
They really kind of got involved when she was on the ground. She was on
She
the
was on the
ground,
ground.
and then
But they pushed her to the ground too.
They did.
Yeah, for sure.
Anyway, I want to inject that into the conversation. See how I'm sure people are gonna agree with some of what I'm saying, but I do think most people, 99%, are gonna be like, "You're crazy.
And
this is 100% from beginning to end justified."
Well, I
And
see,
the
I see
people
what you're
you're gonna-
saying, though.
Yeah, go ahead.
I see what you're saying. I mean, you're saying when is enough, right? When does it? I see what you're saying. Like, when does it go from defense and looking out for somebody to just let's just get to it?
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And so I said, and quite frankly, I'm kind of in the middle. Because again, if I was there, how would I have
that's true.
reacted? If I was in the moment, you know what I'm saying? How would I have reacted? Would it be old boy or would it be
But
the
again,
preacher? You know what I'm saying? Like, to be real.
That's like 5% of what I'm saying. I'm not even trying to blame any of the people that were involved. I'm just saying the sight of the melee made me sad. It did not make me laugh.
Just in general.
And I'm just confused as to everybody like laughing and joking about it and cheering it. I didn't feel any of those emotions. I knew it's like, okay, this clearly had to happen, but it made me sad. It didn't make me happy. That's where
Yeah, I
I'm
see what you're
lost.
Well, I'll say this. In the words of Toby, try Jesus. Don't try me, because I'll throw hands. That's what he said. And that was the thing. I mean, at the end of the day, I think people gotta understand, like, you gotta embrace authority regardless of what color they are.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If that man is telling you move their boat because you're in a illegal parking spot because we got things going,
We got a
you
whole
need to move your
ferry.
boat.
Yeah, for
A
sure.
whole ferry.
So
trying to
you
park
just
in the
like,
park.
no, and then because you don't want to move, you attack them.
Right.
That's crazy to think about.
Here's the only thing that I do think it was necessary for the brawl to happen because I am not sure the white individuals that jumped the man would have gotten arrested without the brawl happening.
Yeah.
I think they would have got away with it.
Yeah. They probably did something and got on their boat and dipped.
Yeah, I do think ultimately it happened. It happened. It needed to happen because that was what drew attention to them needing to get arrested. So I'm glad that the only thing that had to happen in this is they needed to get arrested. Yeah, 100%.
It started it. It was started it. Regardless if anybody out there talking about, well, he shouldn't have hit their boat because he did try to push their boat.
I don't care if he kicked their boat. I don't care if he put a hole in their boat.
200 people that were sitting on a boat that couldn't get into the port.
Move your boats.
Yeah.
Seriously, I don't care what happened to the boat.
Fact.
Get out the way.
Yeah.
All right, you in the field with the track stars, Ryan Righteous, Shantana, DJ Jeremiah. Let's go.
Black Panther track stars.
It's time for the Entertainment Report with Jeremiah.
All right, man. Entertainment Report time. Let's get this bad boy going. All right. First off, big news happened this week was Tory Lanez sentenced. Rapper Tory Lanez was sentenced to 10 years in prison on Tuesday for shooting rap megastar Megan Thee Stallion in both feet during an argument after a party at Kylie Jenner's residence in 2020.
Did it really happen?
Yeah, what really happened?
Did he really shoot her? I thought it. I mean, it was back and forth stories. I never wanted to follow. He
100% did. He basically admitted to it.
Well, he's saying he didn't.
He's lying.
So he's saying he still maintains his innocence. On the post he shared, he addressed his fans and said, he would never let a hard time intimidate me. I would never let no jail time eliminate me. Regardless of how they try to spin my words, I have always maintained my innocence, and I always will. This week in court, I took responsibility for all the verbal and intimate moments that I shared with the parties involved. That's it. I, in no way, shape, or form was apologizing for the charges I'm being wrongfully convicted of. I remain on the stance that I refuse to apologize for something that I did not do.
Question. So, 2 people involved
Actually,
in one
3.
gun. 3 people involved in one gun. And they can't figure out who the person was and they're saying that they know who the person was that let the gun off, but the person who let the gun off is not saying they did it.
You about a year too late trying to figure this out.
I really don't care.
Didn't we talk about this?
Yeah. We did talk about it, but I'm saying, like, y'all talked about one thing at that time where supposedly somebody's witness was lying or something like that. Megan Thee Stallion had a friend that lied about something.
There's an alternate theory that her friend was the one who actually did it.
But somebody got shot in both feet.
But this is my thing about the whole.
This
is the thing about the whole Tory thing. If you didn't do it, why wouldn't you not go on the stand and talk about it? That's the thing to me. Because that's to me.
You can't really do that because, I mean, the lawyer may have said don't do it. You know what I mean?
But I'm just saying, like, if I'm like, this doesn't look, I mean, and maybe the pride the lawyer had was like, this is look good. This is, because we're going to make her look discredit witness.
Yeah,
so it's just crazy. Okay. But anyway. All right, man. Shout out to our guy, D1. He has his first children's book. Keeping up, D1 keeps on thinking outside the box. He has his first children's book. It's called David Found His Slingshot. D1 states that the book is an anti-bullying, inspirational hip-hop children's book and will change lives and transform how we treat one another. You can get it at missionvisionlifestyle.com. So shout out to him, man. Always thinking outside the box. I see D1 doing his thing, bro. So shout out to you, brother. Also, Dove Award CHH nominees. All right, so Hovey got a nomination for New Artist of the Year. Recorded Music Packaging of the Year, 1K Few As I Am. Short Form Music Video of the Year Concept, Lecrae Spread the Ops, and KB and Brandon Lake Graves. But the kind of category with what we're looking at is the Rap Hip Hop Song of the Year and the Album of the Year, Hip Hop Album of the Year. The Songs of the Year nominees are your boy Forrest Frank and Hovey, No Longer Bound. Graves, KB, and Brandon Lake. Lecrae Spread the Ops. Jara, Limo Blaze, Lecrae and Happy, and Spin Back, Scooty Wop. And then also Album of the Year is Church Clothes 4 by Lecrae, Limo Blaze, Sundays and Legos. Everyone Loves a Comeback Story by Social Club Misfits. Stephen Malcolm Tree, and What Up RG, New Hollywood. So shout out to all these people nominated. And no space. Shout out to Hovey because that's a big nomination for him, the New Artist of the Year. That's all Christian music for him to be nominated in that. That's kind of big, man.
Is it New Artist of the Year or Artist of the Year? Hovey's been out for a minute.
No, he's New Artist of the Year. I think because of his first solo album wasn't. I could be wrong. I don't know.
That was a while ago.
They put him in that category. So
Okay.
shout out to him for that, man.
That's dope.
What y'all think about your boy Forrest Frank and him that No Longer Bound?
It's a good song.
Getting
Man.
the
I'm
song of
rocking
the
with
year.
that. Yeah. I'm rocking with
So
that.
y'all not Swoop fans? Okay.
I'm
All right.
Yo, I'm really rocking with Limo Blaze, bro.
Oh, really?
Limo Blaze really turning that corner, bro.
Oh, yeah, he dope.
Yeah, he going crazy.
He's a next up artist too. All right, I'm just saying that's happened. We caught him right before he popped. I'm looking at us. I'm saying us. I ain't talking about me. Ryan just mad because
I'm not on that. I'm not on that committee
team.
that votes. So you didn't talk about us.
he represents the team, bro. All right, man. Unnecessary L of the week. Sound of Freedom investor arrested on child kidnapping charges.
Come on, man.
Days after one of the over 6,600 investors who helped crowdfund the box office hit Sound of Freedom was arrested in kidnapping charges. The studio behind the film is clarifying its fundraising policy. Fabian Marta, 51 of Missouri, was arrested by St. Louis police on July 21st and charged with felony child kidnapping. And if convicted, he faces up 10 years in prison.
So you're saying are they talking about the people who paid it forward?
I don't know if they're talking about the people who paid it for it, but I'm guessing that probably
Well,
because
then
it's
that
a
could be
fundraising.
anybody.
Yeah, but I think it's like you're connected. I don't know how they know he was connected to that, which is interesting. But
I mean, you have to fit. You put in your name and
Yeah,
but
it's
it's
a
just
crowdfunding
it's random.
Yeah.
They don't vet the.
When you first read it, I was like one of the big investors of the movie. Like that's crazy.
yeah, I mean, I think Angel Studios kind of talked about it a little bit. I guess they said everyone. Wait, hold on a second. Just as anyone can invest in the stock market, everyone who meets the legal criteria can invest in Angel Studios projects. One of the perks of investing was the ability to be listed in the credits.
Yeah.
So this is not pay it forward. This is something else.
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay, so that's okay.
Yeah.
But it's still, it's
Yeah.
still just an open thing. It's
Yeah.
not like.
But yeah.
To me, this seems like a smear article.
I know.
If they
But it was on
listed him in
Christianity,
the credits,
Post.
though, he was listed in the credits at the end of the movie.
Yeah.
That's
That-
a
that-
bit. That's a bit.
that's unfortunate.
Murky. Yeah. That's that,
But here's the-
he
you
had
Can't
enough
want to
money.
save kids and kidnap them.
He had enough money to get into the credits. 'Cause
what is his motivation? Like, why would he do that? Because was it guilt?
I don't know.
Like, why would you donate to something that's against you? Is it guilt?
To get the that could
Does he
be.
think it's like penance?
I mean, it could be like the character in Sound of Freedom. Remember the dude? He said,
Oh yeah, yeah.
which made no sense.
Spoilers.
yeah, spoilers.
I was like, what now?
Yeah.
That convicted you?
I was like, are we supposed to be on his
I
side?
know.
I was like, wait a minute.
Are we supposed to be cheering him on?
Arrest him.
You
gotta watch it. You gotta see it.
Inside joke. If you haven't seen them. All right, man. Comment section this week. Of course, HGA2. Just Cordell, just in time. Our guy, Rare Breed. We've seen Rare Breed come up, man. He's been doing big things. I know he's got a cross between Christian hip hop and country hip hop, but he's doing this thing. God 23, the next chapter. Kirk Kennedy, I'm warning you, do not listen to this album. Genesis, My Life is Art. Singles of the week, Angie Rose and El Dijon, Goldmine, Ty Brazzle, Your Love. S.O. Good to Me, Drecka Will featuring Jack of Soul, Potential, Big Breeze, Refresh. Alcott featuring Jesse Clayton, Do Something, and Childlike CC and True God. Right now, you can hear these songs on the Milk playlist, the best in Christian hip hop, gospel rap, and Christian rap. And then also for all my R&B, urban gospel fans, we got y'all too. Feel Good playlist. Go listen to those playlists right now on Spotify. Ryan, do you have anything this week? Sir?
Yeah. So tomorrow, Monday, I'll be dropping the very first Indie Artist Spotlight podcast.
Yeah,
So it'll be out
okay.
on all digital platforms.
Okay, sir.
Via Nectar. So if you haven't signed up for Nectar, make sure you go and do that. And then last week, I was featured on the 520 Collective show on YouTube,
Dope.
where we did a conversation about whether or not Christian music really exists, right? And that was courtesy of Kevin McNeese from New Release Today, who wrote an article, and we just kind of responded to it. Myself,
Is he on the call with y'all?
520 Collective, Kevin McNeese. We were on a Zoom.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
He was on.
yeah,
Oh, dope,
so go back
dope.
to
gotta check
YouTube
that out.
and check that out. Go to the 520 Collective that's on YouTube and subscribe and check it out.
Dope. Mark, talk to us, man.
The fitness pastor.
The fitness pastor.
Got a bunch of different names we
The
can call it.
fitness preacher. Talk about what you do, how you got to this brand. Explain it, man.
Yeah, man. So, number one, man, shout out to the Trackstarz, man. Thank y'all,
Yeah, man.
man.
Come through.
Nah,
Always.
for sure,
Come
man.
through.
But nah, man. So, again, I was always kind of like a lot of people back and forth. You know what I mean? Back and forth, fluctuating with weight. So I've been knowing Ryan for a long time.
Yeah.
He knew me. You know, you need street cred for people to believe that you act where you came from. He can
said
tell
he
where I
knew-
came from.
he knew
I'm
Ryan
not
when he
lying.
looked like me.
Newsflash, I'm not lying. All right, I'm not lying. But nah, man. So going back and forth. But then COVID came and I got a work from home job, and so
wow.
COVID hit me for like 25 pounds.
Oh, wow.
And for the first time in my life, I always played basketball, I always worked out. And like for the first time in my life, man, I went to the doctor and they told me that I had elevated blood pressure.
Oh, wow.
And see, I didn't know much about blood pressure. And let me just as a quick news flash, man, I didn't realize that African American men were the most at risk for high blood pressure.
Yeah.
And see, I didn't realize that, right? And so I'm at home, sitting at home, working from home, eating honey buns all day. And I go and he tells me I have high blood pressure. And then this is right around the time that my wife also has our second child. And so we are, I'm fighting this fight. They tell me it's either going to be hereditary or it's going to be lifestyle. So I'm like, yo, it's going to have to be hereditary if it's coming from me. And so trying to take some ownership of my health. And my wife and I picked up a trainer, Track Fit DJ. I'm going to shout him out, man. And he trained us. And he took me under his wing. And it got to a point where I started to lose the weight. And he also had a class as well, a class called Track Fit. And so my wife and I, we would go to the class all of the time. And I said, man, you know what? Maybe this is something that we can do to reach a different group of people. And I said, have you ever considered taking your class and doing it to like Christian hip hop and upbeat gospel music? And he was like, no, I never thought about it. I said, well, that's kind of my bag, man. So I kind of started doing that, started to lose the weight, man. I'm down 40 pounds.
Hey.
Yeah, appreciate it. Yeah.
Fire.
So,
I didn't even realize it was that.
yeah,
that
so
much.
40 pounds. So when I started with him, I started around 215, maybe a little bit over. I'm now currently like 175.
How long did that take?
So consistently, man, it took about maybe like a year and a half. Because you have the drop the weight quick programs,
Yeah.
but I wanted to
Yeah.
be able to maintain it because I've always been like
Sure.
that. I might do something to drop it quick, and then I hit my goal,
Yep.
and I'm right back.
Yeah.
And I try to do something
Yeah.
to drop it quick, hit my goal, and I'm right back. So this time I figure I'll take the longer road, man,
Yeah.
and let it stick around. You know what I'm saying? And so anyway, so lost the weight, man. My wife lost the weight as far as her baby, trying to shake the baby weight. So I'm all for it. I'm like, yo, how can we help? You help you help my family, you family. That's how I look at it. You help my family, you family. And so I'm like, man, I think this might be a good idea. He's like, okay, he kind of entertained it. He's like, all right, we'll see what's up. And then I did a pop-up at my church, and it went crazy. He was like, yo, this is it. And so, man, now I teach a class called Temple Turn Up, which is a all-hit cardio class. Also, we utilize weights to build lean muscle, but it's the all Christian hip hop and upbeat gospel music.
Oh man.
And like I was telling the brothers before, man, is that the heart of ministry is that we have something good, right? We have Jesus, and we want to share it with other people. This is something, man, that God has done for me, and I use this as a tool for evangelism. Because now I'm able to go into gyms. I got my certification in group fitness, and now I'm able to go into gyms and spread Jesus in the gyms. And then on the other side, if I could be, I know y'all seem like y'all real candid. We're gonna keep it real.
Yeah.
And God let me see something in this journey. Is that so? Like in the world, right? In the world, they don't have Christ, but a lot of them take care of their bodies.
Yeah.
But on the other side, in the church, we got Jesus.
Yeah.
But a lot of us don't take care of our bodies. Right? And the
Big
word
problem.
says
Can't wait to eat.
the word says that he wishes above all that we prosper and that we be in good health.
Yeah.
And in the church, we're more concerned with the prosper part.
Yeah.
We want cars and we want money. God's gonna give me a new blessing, right? He gonna bless me, bless my socks off.
Yeah.
But what if he blesses you so much and try to take you to a place that your body won't let you go to?
Bars.
You see what I'm saying? What if, I'm just being real. I'm just being real.
You like this?
Because I mean, yeah. If God has an assignment for you, and physically you can't maintain,
Yeah.
then you're actually shortchanging the will of God for your life.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's real.
See what I'm
you're
saying?
right.
You're cutting that time down.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
cutting that time. And so for me, man, once I realized, again, just like when we get Jesus, right? This is what we got. We have this good thing. Let's try to share it.
Yeah.
And so now I'm able to go into the church, and I'm like, yo, we got to get our health together.
Yeah.
But then I got my certification, so I can go into the gyms and be like, here, y'all take this word.
Yeah.
So every class I do, I always start with prayer, and we end with a 3 to 4 minute devotional.
So, real question: how do you do that in non-church places? Do like the gyms get mad at you doing that? Because of course, people always say church and state, but do they like don't care or?
So no, because I'm very transparent. So here's the thing about it. Now this. Can I go Bible right quick?
Yeah.
I love the book, right? So David didn't get chosen to go to Saul's palace because he was a good person. He got chose because he had a good product and he could play the harp.
Yeah.
So no matter what music I'm using, my class is a good class.
Oh, got you. Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No matter if I'm using Kirk Franklin, no matter if I'm using Lil Wayne, my class is a good class, and people are coming, they're sweating, they're burning calories.
Yeah.
So if I got a good product, then when I'm coming to your gym, I'm not talking about. I'm letting you know what the music is, but I'm also showing you video. I'm showing you people watches. I burn 500 calories in 45 minutes. I burn 600 calories in an hour. You can't. And if you're a gym, and I'm telling you I have a solid product,
Yeah.
you would be bad business people to turn me down just because of music.
Got you.
Did you see what I'm saying? So that's
got
what
you.
we talk about when the word tells us that we have to obey the laws of the land, get into understanding some of these systems.
Yeah.
Right? So now I go in, and what I do is I work y'all for about 45 minutes to 50 minutes, but I always end with a core workout. So you on the ground. Stretch you out on the ground. Well, since y'all on the ground, listen to me talk about this word.
Yeah.
You're not about to get up. You're not about to get up and leave now because you done spent all this time.
you tired.
You tired. You done. I'll work you up all the way. Now you on the ground, and now you're gonna take this word, man. And because of this, I've been able to minister to people, man. Walk with people,
That's
pray
awesome.
with people. That's not going
That's
to church.
right.
That's so good.
That's not going to church. And so, like I said, man, I'll be remiss if I didn't shout out again, like our trainer, man. Track Fit DJ, because he took me under his wing. And he showed everything I know about how to lead fitness and everything.
Wow.
And he said, this isn't my lane. He said, I can teach you fitness. He said, but you got to take this and you got to run with it.
Yeah.
Wow.
And
Great
so,
job,
man,
bro.
it's been amazing.
That's dope.
So we got the class, and we're also doing now we're doing some group fitness training sessions. I'm every Tuesday I'm over at Salvation Army Peachcrest location in Decatur. They bring me on every single week now, 6:00. So whoever want to pull up, you're more than welcome. And I'm trying to meet people where they are, whether it's fitness, whether it's faith.
Dope, man.
He wishes above
That's
all that we
fire.
prosper and that we be in good health.
I love that.
Awesome, bro.
I love
That's
that.
amazing, man. Well, keep up the good work, bro.
I appreciate
Keep up
it,
the good
man.
work. Let's get back into it. You in the field with the track stars, Ryan Righteous, Sean Tanner, DJ Jeremiah. Let's go.
What's up? It's AI The Anomaly, and I am in the field with the track stars, so y'all better stay tuned.
Yeah, back in the field with the track stars, Ryan Righteous, Sean Tanner, DJ Jeremiah. Was good.
All right, for all things Trackstarz, make sure you go to Trackstarz with a Z. Follow us on Instagram, like the Facebook page, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. All right.
Okay, so KB came out with another album, His Glory
KB.
Alone 2.
Yeah.
What did y'all
yeah.
think about it, man?
Man, I'm a big KB fan. I'm a big KB fan. So it was very refreshing to me. KB is like, he's a different type of delivery for me when it comes to Christian hip hop.
That's your bag right there.
Yeah. Because one of the things that really helps me is to know the person, not just the music.
Yeah.
That's why when I dig in with artists, I try to go all the way in and figure out who they are. So for me, getting to know KB has been through the music, but also in interviews that we've done, and just knowing his heart and seeing him preach and seeing him, do interviews and do press. And it gives you a different appreciation for his music. And so he can go there, and hold it down with the best of the best.
Yeah.
And that's what I think is that I appreciate the most about him is that he makes good music, but he's coming from a solid, genuine place that is on point with the Lord.
Yeah, he's a very impressive person, man. Just meeting him in person, he's just there's nothing to say about him. He's just amazing.
Yeah. But the project itself was great. You know, I was one of the folks that was sad when he left Reach. So to see him and Lecrae still doing a lot of collaboration together,
that's fire.
That is really good.
Yeah.
That is really good. Because it makes you, you know, go in your mind like people can be thicker than you think just because their relationship changes in some kind of way.
I personally didn't even know there was a problem until they said it.
Yeah.
Would have never known.
So
he talks about it with the crew. He talks about why everything they broke up and everything.
Yeah, and so you know, just the features that were on there, I was really impressed by. I was surprised by a lot because, you know, you think this is KB. He kind of stand alone, but then the features, you know, really complemented, you know, the track. So I was really impressed with the whole project. I was super excited. I got to preview it early because I was prepping for an interview with KB.
Bragging about that,
Yeah. I got to preview it early, and yeah, it was really special, and I hope we still get a chance to sit down with him this year.
What'd you think, Jeremiah?
I said it was Fuego. It was dope, man. I really enjoyed it. I want to go back and listen to it even more. I'm a big fan of Britt Nicole. I used to love her stuff in the late 2000s, early 2010s. So for her to collaborate with him, it was amazing. Of course, the King Jesus joint is always going off. I did like the joint. I mean, also, man, him giving a shot, giving a look to Wande and Portia was fire. That record was an incredible record. So and I don't want to be divisive, but I think I was about to say something, but I'll say it's off camera. I'll say it. But I think the album was incredible. I like
what?
No, I said off camera.
I know what you were going to say. You said it to me off camera last week.
Yeah.
Don't say that on.
Okay.
On Patreon.
Patreon, yeah.
Don't say it on Patreon.
But I do think we have a new leader of the new school of CHH. And I think it's him and KB and No Big Deal, in my opinion.
You think they're gonna carry it on?
Yeah, they're gonna carry it on, and it's in good hands because I feel like No Big Deal he's on the side of more of like hip hop Christian kind of, you know what I mean? And then KB's more like serious Christian rap, Christian hip hop. Like I carry the banner of Jesus Christ, and that's what I do. Yeah. And I think that's an amazing thing. And I think the reason why his cover looks like this is everything, all his albums. I feel like all his albums into one album, and that's what he's given us with this project. And I think KB he's an amazing artist, man. If you haven't had a chance to see him live, it's also dope. We saw him at the Smoke tour. We saw him at the Smoke event last year. But he was amazing there, and I just think he's dope, bro. I mean, like, I hate to brag. I feel like I'm bragging, but I feel like
no, do it. Talk your stuff.
I'm saying I just feel like we was one of the first podcasts to interview him.
Talk about it.
He can't help himself.
We were one of the first.
I was gonna say
we was the first. We were one of the first interviews of KB up. I remember that. It's clear as day because I'm gonna tell him a story too when we get the interview. I was like, we was looking for him, and we were walking down. And we thought it was Cannon. I was like, yo, that's him right there. Everybody was like, maybe we don't know because we didn't. It was no pictures of him. It was all new. And then I think he got off stage and we caught him, and we interviewed him and everything like that. So just to see his progression of, you know, his first song with Lecrae on Rehab to now, this has been amazing. So I enjoyed the album. I thought it was dope. I think it's the best Christian hip hop album of the year so far.
Wow.
So far.
That's heavy.
So far.
Wow.
So I really like it. So, yep.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds very expensive. The music is amazing. I'm biased, but of course, Kardec drums murdered Danza. Like, it's just the low end on his tracks is just unbelievable.
Yeah,
he plays 808s like they're like a harp.
But he's been doing it. He's been doing that since early Social Club.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
He's on your album too, right?
That's what I'm saying. I'm biased. I'm biased. I will admit that, but unbelievable. But you're a DJ, Jeremiah, right?
All right.
Which song do you think I like the most? Or just think, what do you think I actually like?
You're moody, so I can't name that song offhand. It's like in the middle of the project. I can't name the song offhand, but I
Graves.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's me. That's me all day.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, I think here's the thing. This is why that matters to me. I think Christian hip hop has excelled at one specific emotion. Turn up.
Yeah.
Anthem, hype, and KB
Stadium status.
excellent at
stadium
that.
music.
That's just not my vibe, right?
Yeah.
I think we're not as good at the contemplative emotion or reminiscing emotion or, I miss so-and-so emotion or, there's other emotions hip-hop can invoke. To me, Graves did a really, really good job of bringing me to a different emotion that I normally hear on Christian hip-hop stuff. To me, Christian hip-hop usually aims to just get you jumping, right? Or to, like, wave their finger at you. That's usually what we
or now vibey too.
Yeah. So I think to me, I love when you can hit an emotion where you're like, man, that's it. God is awesome. And I think he killed it. He killed it on that. Graves and the reprise, Britt Nicole. I just thought that the melody on that song is unbelievable. Portia and Wande. They need a joint album. I'll pitch in. You know what I'm saying? Like I'll pitch in to help fund it.
Yeah.
Like it's got to happen. They're so good together, man.
Yeah, they are.
They're really good together. So, it sounds really, really well done. Like he knocked it out the park. And to pair this with the book, genius.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Dangerous Jesus.
I'm really proud of him, man. He's doing a great job.
Yeah, it's a good album, man. It's a good album, and I think even like with Ryan, the clip there was showing for him on GMA and Good Morning America, and him just talking about
that was crazy.
Yeah, like him talking about Dangerous Jesus and being the salt that we need to be as believers, and even breaking that thing down was good. Like even if you listen to his podcast with him and his homeboy, it's just like he's kept that. The KB we saw back in the day is the same KB, but even more. Like, of course, him learning more in life, but at the same time, it's just
advanced.
You could tell that this is him. HGA is him for real. It's not like no game. It's like I really do this, and I really rap, and then also I really bring the gospel of Jesus with me wherever I go. So,
and shout out to his fashion as well, man. He's very serious about that. And I remember he sent us like clothing back in the day, and his clothing has always been different. Like you got normal merch. We have a merch stores. Typical shirts and stuff. His stuff is always like unique in a way. And it's always been that way. So shout out to him on the fashion side as well. He did a great job. I saw y'all both react really strongly to his GMA interview. What did you guys get out of that? Like, what did you feel when he was in there?
I mean, just unashamed of the gospel.
Yeah, for real.
Very, very keen on his point. Making sure that I'm not leaving this large platform without giving you the word undeniably so that you can't contest it. Like that's how I felt when I saw that.
He sowed a seed.
Yeah.
Some plant, some water. You know what I mean? Other God gives the increase. He either plants it or he watered. And I think the boldness. I mean, the boldness.
It's bold. Very bold.
The boldness of to be in the body of Christ and to have that kind of platform and not to be quiet about it. You know what I mean? We'll a lot of times we'll talk that talk, but then when we get in front of a big platform, we kind of dumb it down. We want to say thank God, or we want to thank God, but for him to just talk that Jesus talk, that kingdom talk is just amazing.
Yeah, that's real.
It was like he used it as it's almost like he approached it as this might be my last time on here, and I'm okay with that.
Oh, for sure.
But I'm gonna get it out.
Yeah, you're gonna get it
for sure.
Yeah.
I saw that recently with Angie Rose. Angie Rose performed at a wrestling event, and when she was done, she was out of breath, and she was just like preaching the word, like everybody in the room, just everybody, and it was just so authentic and genuine. I was like, yo, that's what you use that platform for.
For sure.
Yeah. Couple things I forgot to mention. Shout out to Bars and Beats for reminding me. Esso murdered his verse. What was the name of that song that Esso was on? He murdered his verse. Talk to Me Nice.
Yeah.
I was so impressed with Esso on that. He killed that. And also, I think KB gave some game away. He was like, I've been rapping for, however many years since we met him? Or even before that, he was rapping. He didn't get invited to GMA until he wrote that book. So, So, fellas,
You got a book in you.
You got a book in you.
Yeah.
No, but seriously, like something about books, man. They just open doors. For
Well,
you.
I remember what Kelly told us.
Yep.
He was like, if you write a book, people believe you're an expert on what you're writing about.
Right, yeah.
So they're going to bring you in and talk to you and your expertise about
Yeah,
what you're
you
talking
become
about.
an authority.
Yeah. So that's basically what. If you got a book and you do it, don't hold on.
So that I thought that was really insightful for him to say and to give that out. Like, hey, you have to have something to talk about. But when you have a chance, write a book. You got a book?
I don't have a book.
Write a book. What you just talked about today here needs to be a book, and that needs to be on the shelf somewhere, because I think you'd be speaking all over the country with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Your testimony is.
Yeah.
We got it. We've been talking about writing a book for years and years. So I think that it's just something about actually sitting down doing that work that gives you a credibility that says, okay, you must really do this.
You know what the equivalent to that is? Not on the same level, but it is a TED Talk.
Yeah,
If you do a TED Talk when people are talking about whatever you're mastered at, I've seen so many people do that, and they would be like out of here after that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if we ever did a TED Talk, that would be an incredible thing to do.
Yeah, I just think just the key to me is the book opens a lot of doors. You're right. Kelly's been telling us that the book opens the doors that an album might not. Right. It gives you access to spaces that don't care about your music.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like they said, they let him talk about music,
Yeah.
KB, but he was there for the book.
Yeah.
He wasn't on there to promote his album.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that just shows you, like, that gives you extra access.
Yeah.
So we got to start working on that. But yeah, again, album is really, really good. Check it out if you have not checked it out. He did a great, great job. And I think you're right. Like, he has the ability, because he stayed so focused on being the Christian rapper. Like, he has no bones about being a Christian rapper. He has a chance to lead a generation of people who will follow in his footsteps of, like, this is what I do. I don't care what y'all think. This is what I do.
Yeah.
So we need more of that.
His glory alone.
We need more of that. We need both. We need all of it.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
definitely need him.
Yeah, because he's like, you can hear it. Like, it's not like a hiding situation. It's like, is he? It's like, no, this dude is, but he's good at what he's doing.
Yeah.
You dig what I'm saying? Like, so
Sure.
so that's the thing, man, and it's excellent. Like, and I saw a video he showed on his IG of him going to the label, and like one of the label execs, like, we are 100% behind you, whatever you need, we got you. But like, and he's signed to like Provident, like a big label, you know what I mean? And I was like, wow. And it wasn't like, yeah, we're behind you. This lady was like, we're behind you, whatever you need. Like, she was like,
We need to
adamant
find
about
that lady, because I want to know what goes through her mind.
Yeah.
I want. If you're an executive at a major label and you are, a Christian that's trying to do the work of God in these spaces, come and talk to us.
Yeah, that'd be
'Cause
good.
I would love to kind of pick your brain on how you're doing your work in those spaces.
Yeah.
Because we need your help, like, big
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
We definitely do.
All right. So anything else on KB? His glory alone too?
Nah, just check it
Thumbs
out.
up?
Make sure you
Yeah,
check
check
it
it
out.
out, man.
Get it, man.
Check it out. I'm excited to check it out, man.
All right, you in the field with the track stars, Ryan Righteous, Sean Tanner, DJ Jeremiah. Let's go.
Trackstarz right now. I had a blessed time. Hopefully you guys are listening. If you're not, then you're losing.
Until next time.